Give you updated on the ongoing investigation surrounding the shooting at the White House Correspondents Dinner. As we have learned over the past hour or so, no major injuries to report other than a federal agent that was struck in his vest. That agent is currently at the hospital, in addition to a suspect that is also at the hospital as well. The suspect, 31-year-old Cole Allen of Torrance, California. And no doubt investigators are doing everything they can to learn more information about this suspect. But we do know that charges have already been filed to, in fact, using a firearm, doing a crime of violence, and assault on a federal officer using a dangerous weapon. Let's go to our Alexis Wainwright. She is at the Washington Hilton, giving us an update on the situation there. Alexis, you talked about the sort of security that still is there now. I'd imagine that they are doing a lot of the preliminary work of trying to figure out, one, how this all happened, two, really a motive in all of this. Why would this alleged gunman carry out an act like this?
Yeah, Larry, that's exactly right. We heard from the D.C. police chief, and he mentioned that there is just preliminary information so far because it's so early in this investigation. But I can tell you, we've seen a large police presence, several different agencies. We see the National Guard here inside the hotel near the lobby area. We're also seeing DEA, FBI, and all these other agencies. Now, I'm going to move out of the way really quickly. You can see this blue curtain here. This was just put here. We can tell you that there's yellow tape right behind it in several different agencies, kind of combing through some of that evidence. It looks like this is an area where some of that activity also happened. But I'm also going to have my photographer and kind of pan over to the left side here. It might be hard to see, but this is also another active area that has been taped off and cornered off by law enforcement agencies as they continue to kind of investigate and put some of that evidence together from the scene here. It's an extensive scene. There's definitely several different parts of this hotel that have been cornered off and blocked off as agencies continue to comb through some of the evidence here. So as you can imagine, a lot for them to get through, try to figure out why exactly this suspect who has been identified went and did what he did, rushing that security checkpoint here that was right outside the ballroom near the Correspondents' Dinner here. Now, a lot of frantic moments. We heard from several people who were inside the room. We also heard from people who were locked in a bathroom nearby that heard at least 4 or 5 shots go off during that shooting that initially happened. So again, a lot of people still on their toes right now, really trying to process what happened here tonight. Meanwhile, investigators here behind me working together to try to point and figure out why exactly all this happened. So obviously a lot more information that we need to find out. Obviously we will work on that and update you as we learn more. But again, right now we know that that suspect has been identified. He's expected to be in court as early as Monday, facing multiple charges. Janine Pirro emphasizing that he will be held accountable. We also know that the officer who was struck in the bulletproof vest is in the hospital being treated and attended to as well. So we'll continue to update you as we learn more. But for now, reporting live here inside the Washington Hilton Hotel. We'll send it back to you, Larry.
Alexis, before we let you go, any clarity in terms of the sort of hours ahead? Have authorities on the scene now told you when they potentially will rope off certain parts of the hotel, maybe change the security at the hotel given the situation that we've seen over the last several hours?
Who's got more grit? Who's got more courage than the
Well, we haven't heard much just yet when it comes to that, but during the press conference, there were several questions asked from the audience asking police, hey, we know there are other events also happening around this weekend, around this event. They believe it's an isolated incident, but they said that we could likely see an increased police presence around the city, around the area after something like this happening here at the hotel. I can also tell you right outside, because we've been outside for hours, we have seen several of those roads still closed off. And as I look outside the hotel window right now, I can tell you that several streets right here outside of the hotel still blocked off, and it'll likely be like that for hours as we continue to see crews here behind us still combing through evidence and blocking through some of those areas.
No doubt the work continues. Alexis, we appreciate your reporting. Thank you so much. It is also worth mentioning as well, our very own Matt Gregory was inside of the hotel at the time of the shooting, heard the gunshots ring out, and offered us his perspective, even talking with Congressman Jamie Raskins to get his perspective on what took place as well, calling it a very frightening situation, and said that he was heading back to Maryland and not going to continue with the rest of the festivities tonight, given the circumstances that took place this evening. Stay with us. Our coverage continues after this.